Boy, I remember when these ghosts were tough.
Are they not still tough?
Nah. I one-shot most of them. They're scary, but I mean, everything is scary just because it can potentially wipe the floor with me. But from like a... From a fighting perspective, or like me hitting them perspective, I do enough damage to one-shot most foes at this point.
That's pretty good.
I did spend all of my
Having
money
that.
on just raw damage.
Yeah. It's kind of the thing.
Just wish I had a little bit of homing on these attacks, and then I'd be golden.
Is that a thing that the game has?
I don't think so, but it would be nice.
Because certainly the enemies have some homing attacks.
Ooh. But that might have been the last run. Dang. Okay, what are we talking about? Oh. I've convinced an amount of my audience to start playing Guild Wars 2 with me, which has been really fun. But a lot of people are like, the personal story is so bad.
Oh, is that just a thing about Guild Wars?
Yeah, Guild Wars 2's like base game story is just trash.
Why is it bad? Why do you think they just didn't do a good job with that?
Do you remember playing Guild Wars Nightfall with me?
Yeah.
Do you remember how they effectively just invented a separate main character from us, and then just spent the entire game hyping her up the entire, like for the entirety of it?
Yeah, I guess that was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that. But the boss fight at the end isn't very cool, because like Nightfall's boss fight against Abaddon, it was kind of Androssy, but it was fun.
I thought Nightfall was... I don't know. I feel like Prophecy's definitely, like, maybe was better for its time, but Nightfall was, like, a better game.
Yeah. The thing about Prophecies is that like, you cared more about the characters. Like, I was kind of invested in Rurik and company.
Yeah, that's true.
And, like... I was not very invested in What's-Her-Face in Nightfall. Like, at all.
What were you invested in Nightfall? What was the thing you cared about?
I liked the environments, and I really liked the fact that you could get NPC companions, so we didn't have to play with rando.
Right, like, I remember
the
the thing
internet.
I loved about Nightfall was the fact that it was just, like, us and no
Yeah,
one
it was
else.
just a co-op game at that point. It was no longer this, like, MMO experience. But so in Guild Wars 2, the personal story like finale.
Did you dump here?
I have not dumped yet.
Is there a
See
bunch?
if there's a key.
Is there a bunch left?
No, I don't think there's anything left.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
I see one room that is red, but I think where we came in on. What is this room? But yeah, so the finale for Guild Wars 2 is this is just the exit. You hop on a cannon and you just blast the last boss to death, and just like nobody likes that. It was really boneheaded design.
Is it just because, like, every character development decision is just irrelevant?
Well, yeah, kind of.
There's no
It's like a
items that
great
are here.
equalizer to some degree, because you're just sitting there shooting the thing, but it's also just kind of like any level of gameplay complexity is just gone because it's just a mini game. Oh, there's a secret room to the north.
Oh, Sword of Kings, plus 40 attack power.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Wow, that's just hard to spot. I like the rest of the game more than makes up for it, but it was just a little bit sad seeing how it went.
So if I put a bunch of items in... Oh, it seems to kind of do a little bit of a... Well, I don't know. I've got, like, multiple items in, and it seemed like it didn't care until I put, like...
There's a certain point where it caps out. And you can, like, go above if you start putting in blues.
Yeah. Alright, so if I sell most of my items, I might be able to get one legendary item.
Oh, that's what that is. You have to put in...
You just keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it appears like I cannot. Just once.
Oh. Alright.
Are you trying to see how much you can jam in?
I'm just trying to figure out, like, what I want to get rid of. Skull Smasher. Every 5th primary attack hit triggers an explosion. Oh. Oh, that's real good with me. That's like every shot. Either it's one of the arrows that I shoot out in burst is explosive, or every 5 bursts is explosive. Either way, I'm down with it. I don't see anything else, so let's keep going.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm committed. We will beat this, I hope. Well, maybe not the dragon, but...
Beat this boss.
yeah.
Because the last boss is a dragon, of course.
Of course. Though,
you...
it's an ice dragon this time around.
Are you all about the, like, dragons being bosses in games?
Not really. I find them quite boring.
Because there's, like... I think they're, like, kind of interesting... Like, not as a fight specifically, but, like... the mythology of, like, dragons being actually really smart and, like, seeming to be smart. Like, that's the thing that I find really interesting about dragons is, like, that they, like, don't really have a society, but they're just, like... I mean, I guess really, like, there's a lot of potential for other things like that, but it feels like the other examples are, like, elves or illithids, and...
yeah.
I feel like those kind of tend to be a little bit one-note and don't do anything that, like... I feel like there's maybe a lot of untapped potential for those types of things.
I like the illithids somewhat in, like, Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if you've played that yet.
I watched you play some of it. Did you go back to it? Because you played, like, a few episodes.
Haven't gone back to it yet.
Okay. Yeah, that seemed...
The thing that I liked about it specifically is that it had... I mean, they had a giant spaceship thing? Which, like, that's above and beyond what I normally would expect from Dungeons and Dragons, and so, like, that added a whole lot of, like, interest, and then immediately it's like, and now you're just kind of in regular town, but attacked by goblins, and I was like, oh.
I mean, like, they started you at level 1.
It's true.
They couldn't really, like...
But it was just, like, a far more interesting setting potential than standard D&D.
Okay. I mean, I feel like a lot of D&D, though, people would want the ability to, like, explore in Baldur's Gate. That was, like, a big selling point for it.
Yeah.
And if it, like, kept you in, like, I don't know, places that were very, like, hostile environments, you can't easily, like, explore as much.
True. But no, I do agree that dragons are more interesting as characters than bosses. I think it's just, like, I'm so used to fighting them in every game that we fight. Or every game that we play that it's just kind of, like, easy for me to check out a little bit.
Well, okay. What? I mean, do you think it's important to have it as kind of a shorthand? Because, like, when I think of, like, why do things use tropes, oftentimes it's because, like... they're kind of serving as a form of shorthand for something.
I guess. It's just like, how many games have ended with a dragon fight?
I mean, I think they're ending with the dragon fight because other games have ended with a dragon fight.
So I think it's fine for Heroes of Hammerwatch, just because it's, like, kind of whatever. It's not
because
a game that I'm
Hammerwatch
expecting.
did.
Yeah. Like, I'm not really expecting...
Because...
I'm not expecting a whole lot of, like, complexity out of this. It's Hammerwatch. It's a romp. But, like, the final boss of Kingdoms of Amalur, written by R.A. Salvatore, is a dragon. The final boss of Fable, a little bit more than a dragon necessarily, but he still is a dragon for the final phase of the fight. And it's just kind of like, so it's this again, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't make it really clear why he's a dragon in that state.
No, he just did because that
Because
was kind of the
because
the
it was the
generic
thing to do.
yeah, but also the thing to do. Oh. Extra health regen. Reduce skill power. Heck yeah. I need more skill power. I already do tons of damage.
Just more health regen. All about that health regen.
But it's like, specifically for the Jack of Blades, it would have been really cool if he was like an Eldritch Sword Demon thing. Or really anything. That usually dragons, especially in like a high budget game, feel more like I'm not going to say that they've run out of ideas necessarily, but that, you know, it feels kind of lazy, I guess. It's kind of like how the Andros style of boss fight, if you know what I'm talking about.
Well, what do you think about having elves in games?
I think that's a little bit more okay because it's the setting. It's not the crescendo.
Okay. But then, like, they often do rely on the same set of tropes. That it is, to some respect, like, kind of relying on that trope rather than inventing a new...
I guess the point is that I'm okay with them having dragons in the game and dragons potentially being the boss. I mostly take up umbrage with dragons being the last boss.
Yeah.
Because kind of going along with that...
Is, like, the mechanics is, like, kind of samey, and is that, like, a really important part about this, is samey mechanics?
Yeah, and the visual is kind of samey.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, because once you've seen one classic red dragon, you've generally seen them all. And maybe there's an allure to that. But it's, you know, what's a good example of like a boss fight where you're fighting it and you're just like, wow, that was an incredible fight. It was really cool looking, and, you know, just every bit of that was cinematic. You know, nowadays, when I run into a dragon in one of those scenarios, I'm just like, yep, it's another dragon.
Oh, I have to go in there to get an item, don't I?
Yes.
Wish me luck.
Just be patient. It's easy if you're patient.
Just the one item, right?
Yeah. And if we had another bronze key, we could get one more, but I think we're totally out. I'm going to check the upper section real quick.
Oh, there's a fountain up there.
Yeah, there is. Hey, there's also a secret over here.
Great.
Oh, what is your luck stat at?
Ooh, luck. I assume I can see the aggregate somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's the clover. It's below dodge, under combat, right above keys. 2? Okay, same for both. Well, we got a lot of money.
Is this stage complete?
Yeah. I think the other thing is it also depends on the media. So, for example, I brought up Kingdoms of Amalur, which had a lot of kind of generic stuff, but a lot of the game was also kind of about breaking the mold. And, like, defying fate. And so, there was just something kind of iffy about the final boss being so generic, because it felt like it was kind of against the message of the game.
Yeah.
That it would have been much more interesting to fight something else. Both thematically and, like, mechanically. Wow, that bonfire just destroys whole rooms. Ooh. Thank you, Shell. Ow. So you made friends.
I brought a party.
There we go. Boy. This game really gets kind of silly once you've gotten a couple of meta progression levels under your belt. I just put down my bonfire and it just goes boosh.
How
And
much,
then you
like,
just see
skill damage does it deal?
every enemy in the area. What was that about skill damage?
Is this from like the previous play, or you mean like just because like at this point you and I have like played it some?
You and I have played it some. We've accrued just enough meta progression in town to make us, like, pretty strong.
Yeah.
It just feels satisfying, I guess.
Does the
I
new
don't
game
know.
plus? It seems like the skills kind of cap out, right? Does the level cap out?
You know, I don't know.
Because I was thinking, I only get so many stars, right?
Yeah.
It's always more money, but are there always more stars you can get?
Okay, so there's potentially no cap on level.
Okay.
At least, according to the singular no in chat, which I will just choose to believe.
Okay.
I think also, maybe you can't cap out on, like, the skill power upgrades. Either. From the merchants.
Yeah.
That those might have limitless upgrades. Frankly, I kind of wish it actually didn't even have the upgrade system. With, like, the skills at least. But I'd much prefer a skill system that's like, you know, do you want a bigger AoE or, like, more focused damage?
How did you feel about Diablo 3 then?
So, at first, I did not like it, and now I like it more.
Yeah.
Except for now it's made by, well, you know, it's made by Blizzard, so I've kind of
Right.
lost
But
a
I
lot
was
of
thinking-
interest in covering Blizzard products.
Like, Diablo 2 certainly had, like, a lot of interest in, like, what all the different skills were. Diablo 3 didn't offer as many skills, but you kind of cared about all of them, and you could, like, use all of them. I don't know. I like the game pretty well, so...
I liked the upgrade system on the skills, where it wasn't about, like, leveling it up in a linear fashion, but more about,
Yeah.
like, okay, do you want your corpse explosion to spread poison or bone spears? And it's just like, okay, you know, I can see multiple situations where both of those are valuable.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
like,
I think...
I find upgrade systems like that to be a lot more compelling than just like, it does 10% more damage.
Because I think what happened to me in Diablo 2 was realizing that optimal play, and in fact what you kind of needed to do to survive at, like, the harder difficulties, was to have, like, kind of crazily min-maxed your character.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, I remember one of my friends saying, like, hey, you can, like, play on my account, and realizing that she had, like, every single stat point was in Vitality, and, like, sweet.
This is weird. Oh, there we go.
Like, every single stat point was in Vitality, and every single skill point was in, like, Firebolt, Fireball, and Meteor.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I'm... okay, I guess that's how you build characters. Like, that's fine or something. Was this a boss?
Yep. Oh, right. Is this guy. Ow, that hurts.
Oh, am I supposed to destroy the tower or not destroy it?
I wish I could tell you. I was hitting it, and it looks like it was kind of supposed to be taking damage. It's weird. Yeah, I have, like, zero memory of this boss. I think playing this in Mass Hammerwatch was a completely different experience. Just because we had so much firepower, we just insta-gibbed these dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the answer is you just don't see the damage numbers. Because the damage numbers are actually on the ghost, as opposed to the statue.
I've opted to try and pay a lot of attention to dodging this time around.
Ooh, that hurt. All right, one left. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. Right, I've got potions. I was just like, I'm running out of HP. Oh no. But yeah, having 3 potion charges really does kind of offset a lot of the potential risk and damage here.
Yeah, I got an item that gives me 2 additional charges, so I'm actually up to 5.
Ooh, that's helpful.
I gotta say, I really used 4 of them. I was glad to have that 5th one. What is this? It's just a little...
I think this is just some dude's bedroom.
Cool.
Well, time for this section.
And this is the dragon boss area? That's what's happening?
Nope, we got one more area after this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of okay with just throwing it at this point before we accrue too much treasure.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't even need to try to throw it.
It got really hard all of a sudden?
It hurt. I just waltzed into a room and just ate a bunch of AoEs to the face. They're not that tanky, but they hit. They hit hard. Oh, this isn't even the end. There's another area after this.
Wait, I thought... You said there's one more... Oh, you mean before the dragon?
Yeah, I think so. Oh. The exit has been revealed. Right, we don't actually have to clear this whole area. We just have to reveal the exit. Clearing the area is just optional.
Yeah, I just found a button and hit it.
And my problem is, Shell, I'm not going to say jumped the gun, but she made pizza. So now I have pizza right in front of me, and it's just like, oh no. I don't want to throw a run, but I know if we want to finish this, it's going to take a while.
There's no way to, like, save and come back to it, is there?
Well, I mean, using the power of the portal system, we more or less could.
I see, it just kind of
I don't mind, you know, pressing on and just, like, microwaving the pizza. I'm just going to be talking more about food than I normally would in this specific scenario.
Do you always go for those oven pizzas, or does she actually bake something?
We generally just go for the pre-made stuff. It's easier and they're just cheap enough.
I thought it was pretty good, like, for...
Yeah. Want to need a reminder of how much is left? Because I know there's the other zone that it has, like, the long corridor run up to it. So yeah, I wouldn't mind a refresher. But I'm pretty sure we've got we've got somewhat of a ways. What is this? I think this is like the veggie smorgasbord. Library, castle, and then outside. Yeah. So I mean, I will say I think this is going to be tremendously faster than oh, that's a laser. That's a scary laser. I think this is going to be tremendously faster than when we, let's see, than the last level.
Oh gosh.
You okay?
There's like, one of the things has like a confusion beam.
Yep. And usually the roguelite adaptions of games are shorter. This is not.
Oh, because, like, you can get by with less content with it, or?
Yeah. Yeah, usually if you have, like, the roguelite sequel to a game, or, like, a DLC, whatever, it's, like, kind of a shorter, more curtailed experience. That's one thing I run into often, kind of going back to the whole meta progression, no meta progression, roguelike, roguelite, is that I really like roguelikes that are 40-something minutes long. Anything longer than that starts to become like, this either better be getting real special, or real close to the ends.
Poker Quest being 4 hours long was kind of a lot.
I'm not gonna hate on the game for being
Yeah, it was pretty easy to set down was part of it.
Yeah. And a lot of these games have like stopping points, but I know for certain games, there's one I played a little while ago called Returnal, which is really cool, but the runs were like 3 hours long, and so by the end of it, I was just exhausted, my fingers hurt, and yeah, I just didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because I actually want to go back to playing that. It was actually a really fun game, it just needed to be so much shorter.
Yeah. Could you not set it down pretty easily?
It was so hard that setting it down and coming back later just wasn't really feasible. And you couldn't save the game either.
The muscles, then.
It was one of those where they didn't have any kind of saving.
Oh, that's the real problem. My gosh, I mean, I feel like every game, even the games that are like 40 minutes, need to like have that.
Yeah. Well, I'm dead.
Oh.
Like I said, some of these enemies just throw hands, and I'm not ready for it.
Throw hands?
Yeah. Just beat me up. There we go. Time for me to die on these guys so I can eat pizza in peace. Oh, shoot.
Oh.
I didn't even mean for that. Well. Oh, well. Sorry.
That's fine.
I bet it's because my resistance stat is pitiful. Because, yeah, those enemies were hitting me for 30. Ooh. The question is, do I save up? What happened? I ate 8 shots to the face, and it hurts.
8 shots. Oh, I need 50,000 for this next one.
I know, but it's so good. I want to get the lifesteal on hit, probably. Yeah, 50k is tough.
Is Retribution ever the right choice? Return damage back when hit?
Only in, like, Grim Dawn, and that's about it.
I think there was some Thorn build that you could do in Diablo 2 that was like that. But I think Thorn started at some, like, pretty ridiculous return on it.
I'm gonna go invest in magic resistance. Oh, yeah.
All games that had meta progression components had an equivalent of the stock market that if you just ignored the game for, like, a few years and came back.
I'd be okay with that. All right.
Oh, why can't I get... Anyway, not important.
Can't get any new skills?
Oh, I wanted to upgrade the Orb of Winter again, and I have the stars for it, but it's grayed out.
Huh. Oh, small chance you might have to actually upgrade your town for that, but that's... I don't know. That's unlikely.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Not
I wouldn't
important.
know unless I was there. But it's not important. You'll probably have access to it next time we play.
Oh, I think maybe I did run out of points.
Ah.
Yeah.
Either way, this was fun, and I bet we could beat it in, like, one more sitting.
Oh, yeah. I guess because there are 2 more bosses?
3 more.
Oh, that's what people were saying. 3
Yeah.
more. Oh, wow, that really is longer.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was like,
we
this is
did
probably
3
an okay
bosses
time.
there, right? So there's 6 bosses instead of the 4 from Hammerwatch?
I think so.
Okay, well, some real content there.